Hey, Brayden. The the Chinese spoiled what? Oh, it's kind of like even mine's. Oh, it's that. It's that much better. Well, that's okay. I could just feel the fight. The opponent controls me. Uh huh. My entire deck is done. Oh, hey, Sheldon Mannery. Wizards just released a card. It's in the spirit of the format. My deck wasn't that good in the beginning, anyways. The only reason why I top 13 was because I got lucky into my pods and I didn't play any stacks and nobody had creature removal for my obscure combo. Uh huh. Even if this didn't stop my combo, the fact that there's going to be more creature removal means my deck is dead in the water. Uh huh. Oh, you won't unban Paradox Engine? Uh huh. Oh, you talked Richard Garfield and he was fine with it? Oh, can you try talking to Morrow or Gavin? Uh huh. Oh, they don't listen to people with less than 100 subscribers on their channel? Uh huh. Hey fam, it's Rebel. Last night I slept at 4 and woke up at 9, so kinda tired. You probably heard by now that last night Wizards spoiled a new card. That's kinda good. It's like 3 mana, and it has flash, and then the 3/2, and kind of important for your opponent searches for like a card. Instead, you control them, and then you exile a card from their deck, and then you can play that card. So even if it's like a land and they crack a fetch land or something, and you basically get a land and you strip mine them, and did I say it's flash? It's also black, so that means like your opponent could technically just like tap a swamp and then like play a dark ritual and then play this card in response to you like just fetching for your first land, so you want to like play your stupid land war elves or something. It's kind of good. I'm not really equipped or in the right mindset to talk about how this card affects the entire CDH meta. I think some overall thoughts is maybe you want to go a little grindier. You probably want to play a little bit more creature removal as opposed to before. So Deadly Rollick is probably pretty cool right now. Maybe Swords of Plowshares comes back into the deck. So maybe kind of like how you won't play a wheel when you see your opponent has like blue and black and also a mana crypt open. Maybe you just don't fetch whenever anyone has black open. I think beyond just playing around it with your fetch lands and your tutors and playing more defensively as a Sisay deck, I think the problem with Sisay and specifically this card is how popular it's probably going to be in the meta. I think any deck that has black will probably want to play it. You might even want to play it too, just because it's just so good against other fetch lands and other tutors. So I think the fact that this exists and your game plan or your primary game plan with a Sisay deck is really just tutoring for legends and getting your combos, that's probably going to be an issue. Sisay was already not in a great place compared to some more competitive options. For example, like Blue Farm, where you have Timna and Crom. The fact that you don't have any card advantage in your command zone means that if your opponents play this card, you just kind of have to rely on top decking or other draw sources that you have to play in your deck. And normally, I'd say without Gigantha, a Sisay deck is probably a little more grindier. Maybe you have stacks elements and you want to play a slightly longer game. But the problem is when all of your opponents can stop your primary game plan without even teching for it, it becomes a lot more difficult. Something I'm already looking into that I mentioned on Discord is that I like Seal of Fire right now at this moment. The idea behind it is because I'm trying to conserve my mana for when I'm trying to combo, so that's 1 mana less I don't have to worry about. People like to, I think the comparison between Seal of Fire and Lightning Bolt is that I don't have to spend the red on that turn I'm trying to combo off. And also, I don't have to worry about Seal of Fire resolving. I'm very sure that no one's going to counter my Seal of Fire or remove my Seal of Fire. But if I have it on the board, if my opponent tries to cast Opposition Agent, they'll know that I'll nuke the shit out of it. I kind of feel like I have to talk about some legends that you might want to put in that handle something like this. So I was digging around in my head. I was thinking about legendary cards that you could play in a Sisay deck. I don't recommend any of these cards because they're all kind of bad, but you know, if you really want to play legends, here are some things you can look at. So the legendary cards I'm looking at, again, are kind of preemptive things you want to set up on your board to protect your combo. They're not necessarily things you want to tutor out, except for one card I'm about to talk about, which I'll get to right now. The first card is Venser. So if you can find Venser in response to Agent, you can bounce it back to their hand and then continue. The problem with that is that you're spending one of your tutors to do this, and also your Sisay needs to be power 5 or greater, so you need a board presence. You can't play the Giganta, which only is a problem for me and no one else, so, you know, not really a problem, I guess. And the other issue is once you bounce the Agent back in the hand, you still need more mana to find the other cards, so, yeah. Not that good. That's 4 fingers again. You can play Mangara of Karandor, not the new one, the old Time Spiral one. So Mangara is 1 white and 2. So Mangara is 1 colorless and 2 white. So 3 mana, which is easier to find with Sisay. You only need 2 colors on board. We did this one right this time. And basically, you set them up earlier, and then if they want to play an Agent to stop your tutor, you can tap to exile your Mangara and then exile that dirty Agent, and keep playing your game plan. For number 3, it's the old Olivia from Innistrad. She's red and black. She's 4 mana, and like, I forgot her power and toughness. I'll probably have in the video right here so you'll see it. But mainly the important part is her ability. She has ability to ping things. So it's 1 colorless and 1 red to deal 1 damage. So maybe if you play like a kind of like grindy game or something and you can generate a lot of mana, you could just like shoot dorks while you're waiting. But if someone wants to play an Agent in response to your fetch and you just happen to have 4 mana available, you can just pew, pew, shoot that Agent in the face. Maybe the Agent's family too, and maybe the designer who designed this Agent, who probably is the same person who changed the companion rule and also designed the secret layer. Number 4, we're getting lower on the playability list. It's the new Polychronos from the Pharaoh set. He's the Golgari one that's like 4 mana, and he comes in and he has like 6+1/+1 counters or something. He has like an escape ability, but you know, we don't really care about that. The important part, sort of, is that he's a 6/6 and he has tap 3 mana, fight something, and then when he takes damage, you reduce the +1/+1 counters, and then you kill the Agent. So he's a little cheaper than Olivia to deal with an Agent. You only need 3 mana instead of double red. Also, you just need a black and a green, I think. Also, what I like about Polychronos, sort of, is that you can kind of kill everything in this format. Like you can punch a Crom, he can like punch like 2 Tymnas, maybe even like 3 Tymnas. Like you just kill all the Tymnas. Like he's got 3 heads and you just like bite all the Tymnas. You can kill 6 dorks. You can like, I don't know, destroy 6 Dryad Arbors. Whatever you want. Here's number 5. I really didn't want to recommend it because it's someone you really don't want to see, but unfortunately he's a legend, and he also is like the only one who can deal 2 damage to a creature without any mana cost and just tapping, and he also draws cards. And if you don't know where I'm going with this, he also makes Walker tokens. And he's probably gonna cost a lot of money. It's Darren? He's the Groll guy from the Walking Dead secret lair that everyone loves so much. If you somehow don't know what he does or don't know about this card, he's 4 mana, he's Growl, so kind of easy to cast, and I don't remember any of his other stats. The only thing I remember is that he makes walker tokens for your opponents to, I don't know, block their Tymnos or something, who cares? But the thing is, he can tap and shoot things, and then when those walker tokens die or something, you can draw cards. He's kind of useful that way. The most important part is, though, if you have that dude chilling by Sisay and someone's like, haha, here's an agent, you can be like, no. He's more like, actually, it's more like a thunk. That's another dead agent. Alright guys, so I've taken like 4 hours off my workday to make this video, and I hope that it gets your thoughts flowing for how to deal with this thing. I'm still gonna play Sisay for like a little bit. Tonight I'll be on stream with Mental Misplay, so go watch me just die every game while everyone just plays the new opposition agent. Alright guys, happy Tuesday. Bye bye. Pa-thunk, 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 pa-thunk. The card called opposition. God, this card's hard to